Well, I'm an absolute twat.
M-I-D to the E to the L to the U to the X to the E to the top. Smacking.
Well, hello there, guys. It is Qwerty Afro here, bringing you another Train Simulator 2015 video. Today, cool actually, I think this is going to be a pretty cool bit of a video. Let's just get the message read out the way. You're on the approach to Eaglescliffe. A TPE, Trans-Pennine Express service, is crossing ahead of you. Cool, no problem. So, where do you think, where do you wonder that we are along, you know, what route are we on? Or what train am I driving? Well, I'm driving a HST, that's quite obvious. I think everyone knows what a HST Class 4-3 cab looks like. But, we are in a grand set. Okay, this is the same reaction actually I got when I did this on actually a live stream with the bridge that's literally cutting through the train. I think it's so funny how it just literally just cuts through the train. It's brilliant. But I did this. There are many reasons why I'm doing this scenario again of this Grand Central HST. It's on the East Coast Main Line North East. It's like an updated version of the East Coast Main Line from York to Newcastle, I think. So it's like a more modern one, I'm guessing. Haven't played on it too much. I've done a few scenarios on stream as well off this kind of route as well. But there are many reasons I'm doing this video. First reason is that I failed in the scenario when I did it on stream. It was a terrible failure that I did. I literally went on the... I kind of passed this red light because it was taking so long. I passed it and then I literally went into a first Trans-Pennine Express Class 170 and... let's just say no one really came out of it alive. But today I'm going to redo it for you. It is quite a bit of a lengthy scenario, about an hour, so I'll keep this as a whole video. I don't want to break it up. As I said, I do want to start breaking up videos so that I'll pilot them long, but I think an hour is generally alright. If it goes past an hour, 10 minutes, I think that's when it, you know, technically needs to be a broken up part video. As well, I've been trying to get you guys' feedback of what type of kind of videos I should do with the kind of transitions and stuff like that, and also if you want me to do it in parts or not. So definitely a good mixture, like on the previous video with the Midland Main Line. Loads of people were telling me, oh no, just keep it together, just do it in parts, which that was the most popular kind of thing. As well as there were people that tell me, you know, do it on transitions but do it on repetitive routes. So if I do a route that's continuous and you guys already know what to expect, then it would be better just to then, you know, do a little bit of transitions instead of just doing it in parts where you already know I've already done it quite a number of times. So thank you for the feedback, guys. Again, more feedback down below of the kind of idea for longer videos, you know, transitions between longer stations, or just in general do you know, separate parts, you know, part 1 of 3 or part 2 or 3, you know, etc. and whatever. But yeah, Grand Central. Also, another reason I'm doing this video is if people have noticed on Facebook, on the Train Sim Facebook, and also my Facebook, I do share quite a lot of stuff on my Facebook page that loads of game developers that of the games that I play. I post a lot of stuff, I share a lot of stuff to get a little bit of a kind of, a little bit of a reaction from you guys that liked the Facebook page. So if you haven't liked the Facebook page already, the link is down below. You can like it, and then when I post stuff, I share loads of posts and stuff from game developers like Train Sim, from Dovetail Games, and then you guys, you know, comment away and I respond to it. So Facebook's the best place to get kind of, you know, updates and stuff of even of the kind of games that that I play, and the, you know, the developers of what they post and stuff. So the link will be down below, because they have just announced that the Class 180 Adelante is coming for Train Simulator. It's coming soon. It is coming in the Grand Central livery, which is good. So that means that they do have the license for Grand Central, which is very exciting, because I definitely think Grand Central have one of the most sexiest liveries alive, known to man. well, in service. People were also saying that my livery, the Qwerty Afro Expressive, is the sexiest. Well, yep, this is definitely the most sexiest livery in real life, in service, so that's my kind of argument there for it. But yeah, it is good. It has been announced, it's coming soon. That's very exciting, because loads of people definitely really want the 180 Adelante in the game, so it's finally coming, and it's coming in the Grand Central livery. I don't know if it will be coming in any other livery, like, you know, Hull Trains, First Great Western, maybe even Northern, because they did loan it to the to Northern Rail. Those are all potential kind of things that maybe could come with. I'm guessing it's probably just going to come with the Grand Central skin, and people can just make the skins for themselves, I'm guessing. Anyway, yeah, so that's kind of the reasons why I do want to go through the scenario and try and complete it this time. But look at this train; it just looks so good. I'm running the buffer, HST buffer pack, or whatever it's called. It's very cheap to get. Loads of people I've heard with the buffers, with the buffer, who have the buffer pack, say that they have a little bit of bugs and problems with it, which I've actually never had a problem with it. I've, like, all the kind of stuff I've played with the buffer pack, I've never actually had a problem with it. Maybe it's just certain people having, you know, their own kind of problems, I don't know, within their own game, but I've never had a problem with the HST buffer pack, so that's just my kind of experience there. But anyway, I'm a bit excited. I do love Grand Central. Grand Central, if you don't know, is my favourite TOC in real life. I've never actually been on Grand Central. I've not been on quite a lot of TOCs. I've only been on... oh, hello here. One thing that's that doesn't work with this train is the brakes on my keyboard, so I'm going to have to use the mouse, which I just found out right now, because it would have been quite awkward going into the station not realising that. But don't worry, I've got it all under control. It's quite a short train. Grand Central tend not to run the kind of... They tend not to kind of run the longer HSTs. They kind of stick to a kind of shorter variant of the HSTs, because obviously they go to certain stations that cannot accommodate a full length HST. Which is cool, you know, they do their kind of like nice little short little routes. They are an open operated train, I don't know if that's right how I've said it, they are an open train operating company, I don't know, open something train company, so they're not really like, they're not like an official, like, you know, like they're not like a East Coast, you know what I mean, they're not as big as that, they're quite small, they only have about 2 or 3 routes, to be honest, from King's Cross to Sutherland, and King's Cross to the Bradford interchange, I think. And maybe one more, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's just 2. But they're a very small company, and they're a very nice little company. They have the highest passenger satisfaction rate in the country. So that's a good thing to, you know, have with a train company, when your customers do like your service. Anyway, let's... get on the way. This is going to be the area where I'm going to have to concentrate the most, because up ahead there is a red signal which I didn't respect when I first played this scenario, so it will be a little bit of a kind of lesson to learn here now and be a bit more observant of what I'm doing. Also, the shoutouts to this video go to, I tend to now move the shoutouts a little bit less towards the beginning of the video, because I kind of get into some kind of discussion or whatever. Shoutouts go to Ipadcubed and Thomas Cartwright. That again is Ipadcubed and Thomas Cartwright. Their links will be down below. Please do show them some love. And those were the shoutouts. So we just left Eaglescliffe. We're gonna head now to Darlington. The kind of whole kind of thing with this scenario is that obviously East Coast, I mean, when I'm saying East Coast, Grand Central do not go on this bit of the line, but it's apparently a section of the Grand Central line is not available, and we have to go on an alternate route. So we're just going, you know, via Darlington or whatever. And there was an annoying person that messaged me on Steam. Like, you know, the worst thing is when I'm recording, and sometimes I do leave my Steam on, it's annoying when someone messages me, because, you know, I'm recording, but hopefully they will not bother me again with another message. So we're carrying on with this. Also, I have another thing to mention, which kind of gets you guys a bit involved as well. A member of Dovetail Games actually emailed me His name's Adam Lucas. He works for Dovetail Games, and he emailed me. He sent me a very nice email, actually. Just in general, just telling, because he does watch my videos, and which was really nice to hear that someone at Dovetail Games watches my videos and actually, isn't holding a pitchfork up. It's like, what is this guy saying about our game, or whatever. But it's nice to hear that someone watches it, and it was really nice to hear a perspective from someone in the company. And he said a lot of good things. He said a lot of stuff that also was a bit more critical. I don't really mind about that. It's good when it's good to hear someone that wants to critique what I do. And he did point out a good few things to me, which I did agree on. I totally agreed on. I didn't rebel and be like, no, you do not know what you're talking about. I agree on with the points he brought up, and it was really nice to hear from someone actually from Dovetail Games. And he has nicely told me that he can answer some questions that I, or even possibly you guys, have. So I was thinking, I'll think of some questions of my own, but then I was thinking for you guys, I'd love for you guys to comment down below what kind of questions would you want me to ask him. So I'll ask him, and then he'll also ask if he can answer some certain type of questions from the company, because obviously him himself can't, he's not the voice of Telltale Games, but it'd be cool to see what questions he can ask. So leave your questions down below of what you would want me to ask a Dovetail Games employer. And so far I don't know how I will do it. He only told me about the idea recently in an email, and I don't know if I'll be doing it as a just doing a little horn there to go over the crossing. He hasn't told me if he wants to do it in an interview form, or just I give him some questions, he gives me it back in a written form, and then I just tell you guys about what he's asked. But I don't know. Leave your questions down below, because I still need to formulate some questions. It would be cool to see what you guys would like me to ask him. And also with the questions, do not put forward questions like, will this route come out? Will this route come out? Are they making this route, or whatever? Because those kind of questions offer routes. Think of more questions towards how Dovetail Games is developing the game. Have those kind of questions in mind. More stuff of what they're doing with the game, or how they make the game, how they make a route. Stuff like that. Don't ask him if they're going to make this route. That's nothing really to do with the actual game and the development of the game, because I remember when Dovetail Games did a stream, and then literally when the mods in the stream were ask away with any questions you have, everyone was asking about what routes to expect. And to be honest, that is the most popular thing people want to ask Dovetail Games. They want to ask what routes are going to come out, because that's the most important thing to people that play Train Simulator. They want to know what route's going to come out. Is it going to come out a route that's near me, or is a train going to come out that I like? That's what most people want, which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad that not many people want to know about the actual what goes behind making some kind of a route, or a train, or the development of the game. Cool questions would be to know what's the future of the game, and what's the kind of ideas and stuff like that they played around with that might not have worked, and stuff like that. Those are kind of questions I'd like to see from you guys. Just don't go ham with Qwerty, ask him if he's going to make if they're going to make Eurostar, or if they're going to make this train that goes past my house, or in my garden, or something like that. Don't ask me those kind of questions, because I've seen when many people, and the thing is that the same answer is from Dovetail Games, is we don't know, we can't say, and just like our Facebook page, and that's what they said most of the time on their live stream, which was kind of funny. But it's the most common thing that people will want to ask. But I'm now just warning, just ask some elaborate questions. Just throw anything in the comments down below, and be a bit creative. I know there's going to be people that are going to go, but Sam, just ask him. Just ask him if this route will come out. Okay, you can leave that in the comments, but I'm pretty sure I will not get an answer about a route if it's coming out or not, because that they don't even know themselves. So it's I guarantee you there's no point of me even bothering to ask those kind of questions. So just ask me some questions about the game, about this game and stuff like that you want to know, of course. And I will give it over to Adam and see what I can make of it. If we can maybe possibly do an interview, or I don't know. We'll see. I was really chuffed that he emailed me, and he actually watches my videos, and he actually told me in the email that he likes watching my videos when he's like creating his own little kind of stuff and whatnot, which I thought was really, really cool. And I need to really slow down right now because there's a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up, and I'm racing along at 60, which is not healthy. I do like this train though. It is, and I do like the livery, to be honest. That's probably the main kind of thing. I do love Grand Central. Yeah, and I cannot wait actually for the 180, the Adelante. It's definitely a train that. Ooh, and where the hell did this dynamic camera brought me? Oh, that's a nice shot. But yeah, I cannot wait for the Adelante and the Grand Central. And you know, there was something I was actually thinking about myself, thinking that would be cool, and actually in a way a suggestion towards Dovetail Games is, okay, you're releasing the 180 Grand Central. I understand that, and that's really exciting news because, you know, Grand Central is quite cool. You know that kind of general stuff. That's all good. You're releasing the Grand Central 180. Now, my kind of idea here is, you know, you have the HST, which is also what Grand Central use for their services. What would be really cool, and I think this should be kind of like a thing to kind of revitalize stuff in the game as well. What would be cool is when Dovetail Games releases like new trains like to add to routes, like say the 180 Adelante Grand Central, they add that. What would be cool is if they added a bonus with the DLC pack, like a bonus of maybe re-adding the HST in the Grand Central livery with the HST buffer pack. That would be a really nice little bonus kind of add-on to have with these kind of new DLC of trains, because then it revitalizes like previous DLC and previous content, and you know, gives them a bit more of an updated kind of feel. And I think that would be something really cool to see with, you know, newer DLC, instead of just going, oh, here's a new train, and oh, here's something extra that we've used with the older train and we've updated it with a, you know, a reskin, because they have licensing to Grand Central. They posted it on their Facebook page. You can see the logo on the train. That means they have licensing rights for Grand Central, for the Grand Central logo and the livery. So it would be really cool if they did release a bonus with the 180 Adelante, that we could get the HST repainted in Grand Central, and maybe with the buffer pack, because obviously the HSTs with the Grand Central have buffers, they don't have HSTs without buffers, and it just gives them nice, you know, more unique kind of feel to the train. And I am speeding as usual. And also another thing, I'm still needing to do this. I need to do a train sim video on the Class 40, the Armstrong Powerhouse Class 40, which they sent to me. I definitely still need to do that. I still need to record that. It's going to be a long video because the scenarios that come with that train are quite long, and that might be broken up into two parts, definitely, because I think on the average the scenario length that comes with the Class 40 pack that they're selling on their website, average is probably an hour and a half, so definitely maybe 2 or even 3 videos. But I cannot wait to do that as well, because that train is amazingly detailed, the sound is really good, and the configurations that you can have and make, you know, scenarios off with are pretty cool and pretty epic. And it's quick drive compatible as well, so it's all good. But expect that in a future video soon. I have a bit of, like, with Train Sim, I have quite a list of things that I want to cover and do in a video. Good few things. There's a fun little thing that I want to do, which I'm gonna probably maybe do as a next video, or maybe after the class 40. I don't know, we'll see. I do have with train sim, I do have quite like a list of kind of different ideas and obviously suggestions and requests and stuff, which you can all submit on the forums. I do look at those, I kind of compare of what can I do, and I try to mix it up because I don't want to keep it like all repetitive with like the same route or the same train or whatever. So yeah, that's the kind of mixture I'd like to do with the train sim videos. And I'm sorry that I'm doing a train sim video after a train sim video, because I don't want to kind of do that anymore. I want to have train sim, then something else, then train sim, just to kind of spread it out. But I kind of broke my rule today, and I wanted to, you know, release this. I'm like, when I saw the Grand Central Adelante, the 180 Adelante, I was just like, oh, I need to do this Grand Central, HST Grand Central route that I failed on my stream, and yeah, I just needed to do it again to kind of, you know, and also show it to you. I think this is pretty good. This reskin is amazing. But again, it would be cool if Dovetail Games did release, you know, a bonus pack, an official Grand Central HST reskin. It would be cool, because then that would complete it. That would be really nice on the East Coast mainland. But then I've seen, like, I've already, when I check my Facebook and of the updates of what people was like, what the kind of opinions people were saying about the train, they were quickly saying, oh, but it's such a shame that the route isn't extended all the way up, because it only goes up to Peterborough. But then obviously, you know, Grand Central go to, you know, they go to Sunderland, you know, Bradford, etc. And it's sad that we don't have those kind of extensions, but maybe in the future, who knows. And this is something I hope in the next game, in the next gen game, when they have the power with the Unreal Engine 4, is that these kind of blocks of routes will not be a problem. I hope that they'll be able to, well, in my kind of head, I would love, in my mind, I would love an open world. I would love the whole of the UK, you know, done up as one kind of whole thing, and then as add-ons you would have I don't know, it would be good to start with the UK, have the UK as an open world on the in the new game, in the Unreal Engine 4, and then kind of build it up within the map. You know what I mean? Like, you know how Eurotruck has it, that's an open world, and then kind of just build off it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe even not the whole UK. Start off with maybe London, and then spread out, like, you know, spread out quite wide, and then eventually just add it on bit by bit and have a nice open train world. Because in a way, I would love to have that kind of Eurotruck open world, but for train sim. And, like, in a way, with train, the things with, like, the differences between train sim and Eurotruck obviously is the realism of length of the route. Eurotruck have sacrificed the realism of the actual length between destination and destination, because it would be quite ridiculous to sit there and drive from London all the way to the edge of Poland. It would take you, you know, like a few days. But with train sim, they've kept the realism of the actual length, and it simulates the actual length of the route, which is really good. And obviously, if they can kind of do that in this engine with, you know, bit like sections of routes, and still do the, like, you know, the actual real length of a route, it would be cool in the Unreal Engine 4 to have the open world of Britain and, you know, have exact lengths. And, you know, those are the kind of things I imagine in my head. I have no clue. I still obviously think that Dovetail Games are in the concept phase of the Unreal Engine 4 game, and it's something I might even want to ask Adam, like, how is the Unreal Engine going? Is it still in concept? Is it still being thought out? What would be the kind of priorities and kind of goals that you would want to make different with that game compared to this game? Because obviously the worst thing you can do is just update the game, update the game's graphics and not really change anything. Obviously you want to change the game fully and, you know, make it different. I wouldn't want to make everything different, because obviously you want to keep some of the kind of things that make train sim, but you don't want to just update graphics and call it a day. You know what I mean? Because then that really isn't updating the game. That's just visually changing it, but not actually changing the core functionality of it and improving stuff, adding new stuff in that, you know, might be suggested or might be wanting to, you know, suggested by the community. Anyway, we are leaving Darlington. We're heading now to Northallerton, which is all good. I think if I look on my Yes. Okay, so we're going to York. We're going to stop at Northallerton, which we've stopped on time at Darlington, which is good, and Eaglescliffe. We're going to then go to Fask, and then we're going to go to York, which is all good. Now, is that a red light? I think it is. That's a very odd light, and we cannot go past it, which is annoying. So we're going to have to wait here a bit. I don't know how long. I think it will be us waiting for the first Transpennine Express 170, I think. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to stop it right now. Well, I'll go up to it as close as I can. It is annoying that I have to do it with the mouse, because on my keyboard the brake does not work, which is sad. Anyway, let's ponder around and see what is what. Are we actually waiting for anything to pass? I'm guessing we are. We have to be waiting for something to pass, because I don't know why we're getting a red signal. So no red signal. Red signal's all the way there. And red signals all the way there. That's interesting. Everywhere's a red signal. Anyway, what time were we supposed to get to Northallerton at? You see, now this is... for once, I'm actually very, very early. Like, look at that. I'm supposed to arrive at 8:01. And I arrived here, what, it's 7:53. Are you kidding me? Well, that's interesting. So we're gonna have to wait here for a little while. So actually, with the power of editing, because you know editing is just so good in videos, we are going to we're gonna cut it here and go to 8:02 when we're actually supposed to leave. So I'll see you in a bit, guys. Well, I'm an absolute twat. Well, I did stay here and I did wait it out, and then I kind of realized that I needed to go back the other way. It wasn't that way I was facing. We shall leave now promptly. We are a minute late. I did realize I kind of did realize my kind of big mistake there. That was really, really dumb of me. I do apologize, but I was waiting here and I did some nice little panning shots of some AI that was passing, and I was waiting here and I was like, it got to 2 past and I was wondering, the signal isn't changing. But then I did behind and I saw there was a green signal behind the train the opposite way, and then I was wondering, wait, hold on. And then I actually had to check the map and actually see where Northallerton is, and it's actually back down this direction, not the direction I was pointing the other way. And I was then like, oh my god. But it didn't even tell me. It didn't even tell me that I'm going into Darlington and then reversing back out, which is a bit embarrassing. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. We're only about 2 minutes late, so we can hopefully make up some time now on the journey the journey now to Northallerton. Hopefully. We should be able to get there, and as you can see, there is the cross country 170 that was waiting for me. I was like wondering, why is it stopped there? Why didn't it just carry on? And then I realized, oh, it's waiting for me. And actually, behind that 170 is a East Coast HST that's waiting for me as well. So I am kind of holding up some traffic behind me. So hopefully they won't mind. It's alright. Okay, there's 2 guys there on the track giving a little horn. But yeah, I kind of do feel a little bit embarrassed there. Yeah, there's the 170, and then right behind the 170, I don't know if you can see over there. Yeah, you can see the headlights down there. Yeah, that's I think that's a 9-1 or HSD. It's an East Coast train. It's waiting for me as well. So I kind of do feel a little bit to blame there. And here, look, we have a HSD East Coast waiting for me as well. I am an absolute nutter. As you can see, look, East Coast livery. Yes, everything has liveries. I love it. And we don't have to get in trouble with licensing. Yes. Honestly, I don't get the whole thing with licensing and logos. I really think it's I don't know, for a game like this, I really do not think the licensing should be such a big issue. I don't know, like, obviously Dovetail Games can get licenses for certain companies, like the, First Capital Connect, Grand Central now they've gotten, they can't get East Coast, they can get Southern, they can get Southeastern, they can get all those kind of ones, and it's just sad that, I don't know if this is probably more towards the actual train company in real life, say like, they can get some of them, but the ones like, East Coast they can't get, I don't think they can get Virgin, but they don't have any, they can't get Virgin because they would have put it on the 390 back in the day, but they didn't. So, let's also speed up here, we really need to get on the move here and catch up some time actually, because we are running late, but it's a bit upsetting. I think it's more than towards the fault of the actual train operating company, where they have some stingy licensing rules where, oh yeah, you're using our logo, we don't like that. But to be honest, like, it's a train simulator, it's for train enthusiasts. We go on your trains, so it's a good way of really, I don't know, making your train company popular. Like, it's great. Like, in the train sim community, we have, like, little wars on, like, what's the best train operating company, where people, backlash at one and then say this one's better, but then someone stands up for one, and that's the kind of joy of being, like, in a bit of, like, in the train sim community, of, like, being a train enthusiast, where you can, you can see someone commenting about, Northern Rail's terrible, and then you have a Northern Rail fan that go, no, your Virgin trains is terrible, or whatever. But it's that, like, you get people talking about train operating companies. I know, but train operating companies market more towards customers and passengers, but they don't really talk about train operating companies. Do they go like, oh, what a lavish ride on that Virgin trains I had, the livery was just spot on? No, they just go, oh yeah, I just got here by train. That's all they really talk about. They might say, oh yeah, I just took a Virgin train, but you know what I mean. I just wish the whole faff with licensing of logos would be much easier. I hope maybe in the next game, and I hope they kind of. One thing I might actually ask is how difficult. I'll ask Adam, how difficult is it to get the licensing of a logo? Is it actually so difficult to, have a train operating company say, look, yeah, you can use our logo for fine? I wonder if some of them they have to pay, and then some of them the train operating company is like, yeah, sure, you can go ahead, as long as you're portraying your company, which is good. That's really nice. Like, to be honest, if I was a train operating company and a game wanted to, put my trains in the game, I'd be honoured. More like, instead of going, oh no, but you're using our logo, we don't like that. But anyway, I just, I hope it becomes more of an easier process for Dovetail Games to acquire the rights to use more logos, because I think, there was a poll, but I don't know, I think it's still ongoing, but there's a poll on Engine Driver where Dovetail Games asked how important is it for a train to have the logo of the train operating company, and it was a good balance. There was options like, yes, it's very important, it makes the game much more realistic, etc. There was an option where it was like, it's important, but if you can't put it in, then don't, but if you can eventually in the future, then do it. So this is what I'm hoping, maybe with maybe one day they'll acquire the rights to use Virgin trains, but it'd be good to, when they release, say, I don't know, Birmingham New Street to Euston, they can release the 390 again with the Virgin livery. Do you know what I mean? And this is the kind of thing I like to have, like what I was talking about in the before Darlington. I was talking about, it'd be cool to add little bonus things with DLCs, like, with the 180. you get the bonus HST with the skin and the buffer pack. You know, something like that to kind of give a little boost to the DLCs, because all the DLCs are pretty generic right now, and I think everyone can agree with that. They're pretty generic. One train, one route that might have one train. You know, lucky some routes get like, no, actually no, I don't think that's true. I don't think there's ever been a route where 2 trains have been released with it. But they then do that, which is really cool. They do little like deals where you can buy the route with the train and then have an extra train. Like I bought Liverpool to Manchester. I got obviously the 158 with it, and then I got it with the Class 101, the DMU, and I only paid like a few extra couple of pounds for the 101, which was really cool. And I like when they do the kind of stuff like that where, you know, they know some people would want you know, an extra train with it, like that's already released. And that's why I think people are a little bit skeptical with I'm just going to lower off the power here because we are nearing the max speed. One thing that people are upset about the Midland Main Line is that it was released with the Class 3.1, and Class 3.1 users and like people who bought the original standalone were a little bit annoyed that they actually had to pay the full, in a way, retail price of a route that already had a train that they've already invested into. They've already bought it for, I don't know how much. I bought mine at full price at $11.99, and I kind of feel that that's not really fair, that I've paid $11.99 and then I have to pay $24.99 for a route that already has a train that I've already bought. So it's I don't understand the logic there, and that's why loads of people were a bit complaining, and that's something I stand by. The route's good, but it's a bit annoying that people that have invested already money into buying that train and who love that train, and you don't know, probably even invested a little bit more to maybe get the Armstrong Powerhouse sound pack, that they've invested that money there, and then they had to actually stake out and buy the full price of the map that already has that train. And in a way, people that haven't bought the 319 standalone kind of get, you know, a better deal. They get a train and a cool, you know, the 319 is a cool train. They get a cool train and then the MML all together, while us who've already have the 319 kind of feel a bit, you know, ripped off in a way because we paid already for the train and didn't get a discount on the map, which I think they did wrong there. They should have really come out with a discount saying if you have the 319 you get a 40% discount. I would say something around those kind of lines is fair enough, because you paid a considerable amount for the train and now you're just buying the route and the train that you already have. But enough of that, we don't want to linger on too much with that. That's just my opinion there with that kind of situation, because I have seen a lot of people complaining about that issue, and I totally agree with that issue, because I'm a person that has that train, and I've paid for that train and then have to pay for that route and the train again. Anyway, let's start slowing down. Hopefully the brakes on the HSD never let me down. HSD's good, especially in a Grand Central livery. I just think this is the sexiest livery, and I think, you know, Grand Central is the sexiest TOC out there. If I had to be sponsored by a TOC, it would be Grand Central. Like, generally, and they seem like, I watched a tiny documentary, actually, I think you can find it somewhere on YouTube, a little documentary off Grand Central, and they're like a nice, because they're such a small company, they're a very tight-knit family company, like, you know, everyone knows everyone in the company because it's a very small company. And that's a kind of like cool interconnected service that you have with your customers, because you can go on the train and you'll see maybe one of the people that served you before on like a return journey before some other day, and that's really cool, you know what I mean. Yeah, we're gonna have to slow down nicely here, entering Northallerton station. That's a little bit of premature braking here. I'm going a little too slow, to be honest. Right. Okay, we get that. Single yellow going off onto the left track it is, I think. Yeah. We're going to slow down nicely now. That's alright. That's all good. Doors open. All good, all clear. I'm a bit ashamed that it doesn't have a passenger view, this train. That's probably because of the skin. The HSTs normally tend to have passenger views. I think the first Great Western passenger view is pretty cool, the first class. But you can see inside here, the skin has the kind of like, you know, livery. Sure, it's not finely textured, but you can. This is the Grand Central livery. And I think if we go up front to the buffet car, I think this is the buffet car. No, it's not. Oh no, it's at the back now because I switched sides, didn't I? But if you go into the buffet car, which is down here, you can go into the little bar. So I could be a little. It'd be cool if I could just stick the camera here, let the train go here now, and I could just be like serving drinks. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Anyway, off she goes. Next station is Thirsk. I was gonna say Thirst, but I think it's Thirsk. Did I pronounce it Thirsk? Should be. Off we go. Small down the controls. It's annoying that I have to pop out. I tend to like keeping it at the smaller controls so you guys can see more of the view. But obviously because the brake controls do not work on my keyboard for this train, then I'm gonna have to I have to extend it out and shorten the view a bit. But don't worry. When we're moving along and when we don't need to brake, I'll keep it this view. Love it. It's great. Like you can tell I'm staying quite a long time on these external shots just because I just love looking at this train, and I'll probably do that with the Class 180 Adelante. I'm probably going to just get into it and then just quickly go out on the external view and be like, yes. There you go, a little toot for the engineers. But yeah, and I hope it has a good interior view. That'll be really good. You know me and my interior views. I do like a good interior view, and especially Grand Central. Grand Central's interior is quite nice. It's obviously not the most tasteful interior. It's just kind of basic greys and stuff like that. But it's a very nice sophisticated interior. Okay, I can go a little bit more faster now. Just past the 18 marker. But yeah, as I was saying, I do want to, I don't want to keep doing train sim after train sim after train sim after train sim. I do want to have like, I want to keep with the rule that I have to do something in between train sim videos. I don't want to just do train sim, and then do something. But today, obviously, I broke the rule because I was kind of excited because of Grand Central, and everyone knows how excited I am with Grand Central. You'd need a bottle of water when you're near me when I talk about Grand Central, because I need a splash off to cool my love for them. There we go. Just nicely lighten up the brake. But yeah, I definitely, as I said, have a list of things to do with train sim. But I want to, obviously, I have things like Metro Sim to revisit. I have Mini Metro to continue because people really do like that kind of video style that I do, and I definitely want to go through all the maps and that'd be really cool. Like, it's a cool series. One series that I did stop was Train Fever. I just didn't kind of like it anymore in a way. It's not my kind of game, to be honest, and probably Transport Tycoon, and like people have been saying, oh, play Transport Tycoon or Simutrans or whatever. It's not my type of game, actually, to be honest. I kind of worked out it's just really not my type of game. It's too fiddly, in my kind of opinion. It's just something I don't want to... I don't know, it's just not my kind of game, actually. I do like the kind of transport genre, and that's why I prefer like Cities in Motion too. I really and Cities in Motion, I liked how they kind of made it more, I found it more comfortable to play Cities in Motion, that type of transport kind of simulator, instead of OpenTDD, Simutrans, and even Train Fever. It just feels, I don't know, like I like the core of it, like you really have to build up a transport company. You literally control everything, but in a way I don't like that full control. And I'm not dissing the games or that kind of transport tycoon genre, but I just kind of don't. I could play it a bit, but then it's not something I want to keep playing over and over again. While like something like Seas of Motion is something I do like playing over and over again, even though I do not play too much of it nowadays, because I think I've gotten to that kind of end of the life cycle of Seas of Motion. I'll always play it a bit and here and there, and obviously my series will continue very limitedly. Obviously, because when City Skyline comes out, that will be a very priority of a series there. Loads of people would want to see me play City Skyline. I definitely want to bring videos of City Skyline because I'll be definitely very excited. Can I actually hear something here? What? Are you actually serious? Are you serious? A cross-country train is overtaking me? This is... No. This is not fair. I can only go 80. Oh, that's well out of order. That is just... No. That does not look right. You should be on the line that I'm on. And is the HSD, the East Coast HSD, gonna now come behind me as well? That's brilliant. That's actually brilliant, isn't it? Oh, look at that. There's the EWS Class 66 probably hauling... I think those are coal. I'm guessing those are coal wagons. Yeah, I think they're coal wagons. There's some kind of, earth kind of, earth material wagon. Yeah, we're gonna have to slowly start turning down the power now. Probably gonna be a red at the beginning of, probably gonna be a red light at the beginning of Thirsk Station. Oh, and is that a First Transpennine Express? I do believe it is. It goes off it goes. So we have some cross-country, some First Transpennine, and we have Grand Central, and we have East Coast, and we have some freight. Quite a nice scenario. I'll try and find the link for it. I think I do have the link somewhere for it on the workshop if you guys want to download it and play it yourselves. It is quite a good scenario, I have to say. Good mixture. Obviously, as I said, this isn't the main kind of line for Grand Central, but it's just a diversion route, which is kind of cool. And then hopefully with the ECML, we're gonna, well, the only kind of thing we can do is probably, no, to be honest, I kind of, when I think about it now, what can we actually do with the Adelante 180 now on the ECML? Because Grand Central don't stop at Peterborough. They don't really stop anywhere in between Peterborough and King's Cross. They go all the way up, and I think the first stop they do is actually I can't actually think of the top of my head, but I definitely know they're very limited with the amount of stops they do. Ooh. That was... Well, I'm still... See, now that's a bit awkward. I only should have stopped a bit less further, but the thing is, I was just worried about not fitting... Yeah, you see here, I was just worried about fitting the train on the platform. But now, my train is past the signal, so I won't be able to tell exactly when I'm supposed to leave, which is a bit annoying. Oh look at this. Oh, look at this. This is... Oh, look at this. We're going merry-go-round with the engineers. What the hell? That's... Oh, is it... Oh, is it... Oh, it's the whole passengers. Oh, I thought it was just the engineers. Yeah, it's the whole passengers. Look at them. They spin with you because they're 2D. That's just brilliant. Anyway, can I request? No, I can't. Oh, good. I was just about to go. I thought I was going to be on a yellow because the one that the head is red. But now that I just literally turned around and saw this, I'm glad I didn't go. So that's an East Coast 9-1 there. So that was a 9-1 that was behind me, which is pretty cool. So good. I'm gonna wait then until that is at least a yellow, and then I would at least know that I should be able to go. Let's actually go a little bit forward here, and let's actually have a look at the points. If you do something like that, like I do. Oh, actually, wait, are we? Yeah, we're changing points here. If you don't know what the signal is, if you pass a signal like that and you don't want to reverse, then just go to the next points and just have a look there. Yeah, okay, good. We're ready to go. That signal up there is going to be red for a bit. We'll just, you know, crawl out of the station in some sense. Let's do it. No, we don't have any. That's a shame. We don't have any signal button in here. Yeah, Grand Central do have. They do have guards. Anyway, we're going to keep it slow coming out of here. We do not want to overspeed because obviously we're going onto the fast line, which is good. Finally, we have 22 miles to do so. Nice little fresh run of. There's a bit of there's a weird sound glitch going underneath these tunnels, which is quite interesting. Anyway, we're gonna. Hopefully, it should be good. I'm hoping for at least a yellow light. If it's still red, that's a bit annoying. And I'm hoping, yeah, there's nothing behind. Yeah, I'm ready to go. That's good. Anyway, a nice 22-mile journey to York. I'm gonna do it in full because I'm still, as I said, I think this video doesn't need to be broken into parts. I don't think it needs transitions either. But again, tell me down below, would you want, like, say, because obviously I haven't done this section of route in a video, so I'd do the whole route to show you guys, but eventually, like, say if I do this again, or like on a different route or whatever, would you want me to do some nice transitions where, you know, I'm going along, do some nice panning shots, some coach shots, some flyby shots, some, you know, in-cab shots without me talking, or even with me talking. But then I'd have to, someone commented below on the previous video and actually inferred, why don't you do the transitions but just talk over them? That would be a bit hard because obviously, because I do all my commentary as like they're live commentaries and not gameplay and then me talking over gameplay. So I would need to record my live commentary until the transition point, and then from the transition point I would need to record that. How would I know? I would need to record that separately without my commentary and then record commentary over it, so it's going to be a bit difficult. I'd rather do those transition periods like with a bit of background music and instead of me commentating, because I think it's very hard to do actually, to be honest. Because think about that, I would have to stop recording commentary here and then record little parts of the journey between two stations like here and York, and after that's done I would then have to edit it as like, you know, nice cool crossfade transitions, and then I would have to talk over that. So that's already gonna, you know, ruin the fluidity of the commentary of the video. Do you know what I mean? And then I would have to stop that and then go back into driving and talking again from a different point. So I feel talking through transitions might not be the best thing. I think just having transitions and with some accompanied background music would do. Some, like, you know, non-copyrighted music, some nice, I don't know, dubstep or house or funk or something, just, you know, some kind of nice, you know, like the kind of stuff I play on my stream just as like a little background music or something like that, or even some relaxing, you know, yoga music if you like that kind of sort of stuff with trains. Do you guys like listening to, you know, the sound of waves and the wind while looking at trains? Or I don't know, some suggestions would be really cool. But yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to do something like that for longer videos in the future. But I do want to see these 22 miles go by, and obviously with a train like this, who would want to I pressed the wrong clicking button. Who would not want to stay and admire these 22 miles with this kind of livery, this kind of setup? Just if anyone actually despises this livery, I think you should just unsubscribe, to be honest. No questions even asked, because as I said, Grand Central, probably the best livery you're gonna get. Like, it's simple, and I don't know, I think it's the black. I do like black trains, and there's not many, actually. There's not many kind of, yeah, I think Grand Central are the only kind of company that actually have like a black kind of theme, while most other ones have, you know, bright colours or whatever, you know, lighter colours, like, you know, Virgin has the silver, you know, Great Anglia has the kind of white with the coloured doors, you have First Great Western and First Capital, ex First Capital Connect, that has the kind of disgusting purple pink kind of combination of colours. Southwest with their red and blue yellow kind of scheme, and then white for their express service trains, 444s or whatever. Southern, who have this white green mess. Southeastern have the white blue mess. And then just when we go north, we go even more funkier, like, you know, Northern Rail with their kind of light purple, dark purple. When you go into Wales, you're going into this kind of aqua blue white mess of things. And like Hull trains with their aqua blue, and you know, it's yeah, things get really crazy when you go north or when you go to Wales. What else can you get up? You know, Strathclyde Transport with the mess of, you know, orange, white and stuff. You know, East Coast is nice. East Coast has that kind of nice grey, white and kind of purple. That's all right. Very smart looking livery. I like to, and also like with the new series that I'm kind of starting to develop, it's still in concept phase, is Rate That Livery, where I kind of put two liveries up against each other and I kind of rate them out of, like, you know, a scoring system or something like that, which people have been giving me loads of ideas for. And if you have any ideas, put them down in the comments down below, because I do like to take some feedback of ideas and stuff, so, you know, develop some new stuff. And I think something like rating liveries would be really cool. Even though I pretty much, just in that short space amount of time, I kind of just literally blabbed about most of the liveries in the UK. But you know what I mean, just take two liveries, rate them in different kind of things like colour, style, you know, attractiveness, sexiness maybe, I don't know. What else can you rate liveries off? But yeah, and but I definitely think a biased preview is that this one is the one to beat, or even my livery. My livery is quite nice as well, but this one is just hella good. I don't know why more TOCs don't use this, you know. Why don't they use more like black? Because black is a really good, strong, bold colour, and it really looks good on a train. Like, it looks good on the HST, and it also looks good on the 180 Adelante. Like, to be honest, the other kind of like the First Great Western livery on it looks disgusting. It looks like a plastic toy train with that white and purple crap on it. While in Grand Central livery, if you have a look at the sneak peek photo that Dovetail Games posted of the Adelante in the Grand Central livery, it looks good. It looks really good. And already this is just a custom scheme. This looks pretty good as well. And with the buffer pack as well. Obviously you need the buffer pack for that bit more extra realism, because you know, you can't just have a normal HSD. That to be honest, I do like the HSDs with the buffers, I'm not gonna lie. Put it right out there. HSDs with buffers look good. Without buffers, some of them look alright, but I do like them with the buffers, and Grand Central are pretty much the only ones that rock the buffers still, and I give them mega credit for that. But I also think that's also to do with the type of for free stock this is. I think this is a specific type of batch that were built with the buffers, and most of the other ones weren't built with the buffers. I think these ones, I don't know, well, the ones with the buffers are either probably older or younger than the ones without. That's my kind of guess with it. Someone will probably correct me in the comments down below and go, history lesson for you, Qwerty. This train actually came in first, and this is why they added the buffers. And I'll read that, and I'll probably admire the little bit of a history lesson, because obviously I don't know everything about trains. But yeah, all good. I wish Grand Central had more routes. I think it'd be good. And I think, like, as I was saying with the customer satisfaction, they obviously have the best customer satisfaction in the UK. I think it's something really high, like 90 to 95% great customer satisfaction. That is really good for a train company, because most score around 60 to 70%, something low like that. Some even go down to 40%. We don't want to do any name and shame calling. But yeah, Grand Central, really good. And the ticket, I looked on Grand Central's website. Their ticket prices are really, really good. They're really cheap. And yeah, their services are pretty good. Like, you know, it's almost like this video is basically a sponsorship for of Grand Central, which I can assure you it isn't. But if it was, which I wouldn't mind, like, yes, if Grand Central, you know, rang me up and messaged me saying, you know, could you be, you know, like an ambassador for Grand Central? Yes, I would accept. I would definitely accept. You know, we could just rebrand the whole channel, Qwerty Grand Central, or Qwerty Grand Afro Central. That would be something. Obviously, I wouldn't rebrand it in that kind of way, but, you know, I would take the theme of the Grand Central, you know what I mean? But I do wish there was more companies like Grand Central. I do like these kind of smaller train companies. I don't like, you know, train companies that are huge. Maybe there's a few exceptions. Like, I do like Virgin Trains, even though they're buying pretty much most of, like, they have the West Coast Mainline North and Overshap and everything up to, you know, Edinburgh and Glasgow, and now they're going to get the East Coast Mainline all the way up to Edinburgh as well. So they're quite a big company, but they're still, you know, a decent company, but they're nowhere near, like, you know, how, you know, family orientated the Grand Central is. And I wish there was more companies like Grand Central, because I think it would just make train travel a bit more enjoyable. But you can't. I wish there was just, like, more companies within a line. Like, imagine if Southern or Southwest Trains or, I don't know, you know, Northern Rail was divided into bits of, like, smaller companies and stuff like that, and there was, like, a tight amount of, like, employers per, you know, section, like, of a few lines and stuff like that. So you would only see the same, like employers or whatever on that line all the time. That'd be, you know, that'd be something cool. I don't know. I don't know if that even is a plausible idea, if that's a practical idea. Would that work? I don't know. But that's the kind of thing I like Grand Central for that. Really good. Anyway, we're coming up to actually 4 miles. That was actually went pretty quick actually for 22 miles. Normally, well, I think the longest I've done on a video, which I had to cut up, I did a kind of transition between, what was it? It was in a video and I did the Class 9-1, and to be honest, I wouldn't have done a transition for that video if the customs skin actually worked properly on that train, because if you can recall to that video, I was driving with an invisible carriage in front of my train, and sure, it's invisible and that shouldn't really, you know, be a problem, but trust me, when you have like an invisible little buffer in front of you right here, and when you're going past the signal turning, you know, red before you actually go past the signal is pretty annoying in most cases. Anyway, I'm gonna have to lower the power a bit. Oh, we're having some yellows coming up here. Hopefully, I'm gonna have to really slam the brakes now, because this is. Hopefully that isn't a. Is that a double? Oh, that'd be really nice if that was a double. Please be a double. Pray for double. Pray for double yellow. It's not a double yellow, which means I am sort of fucked now a bit. Please be a single yellow. I am literally counting on it being a single yellow, because right now I am not going to slow it down in time. I have 0.4 miles. It's a red, but I think I'm going to make it. Oh yeah, I'm going to make it. That's good. Qwerty Afro knows how to brake. Well, I don't know how to brake, because that was probably bad braking, but I know how to stop. I know how to stop at a signal. I'm improving. I'm a work in progress. Everyone's a work in progress. The one thing I just hated about this scenario is pretty much that cross-country overtaking me. That probably just, I didn't like that. Can I? No, I can't tab. So I'm going to have to stop, wait, and get given a platform to go into. Look Look at that brake dabbing. Just so oh, well, that's great. Let's actually have a look at okay, so we arrived later, but oh, that's sad. Well, yeah, it was that stupid mistake I did at Darlington, but to be honest, if I didn't do that stupid mistake, we would have been on time. So I'm going to just count that we came on time to all those stations. It's just my little stupid dirt moment where I didn't realise that we were supposed to turn back the other way. But now I know my lesson. But at least I didn't crash into a Class 170 First Trans-Pennine Express this time when playing it. I still remember that. That was just brilliant. I was like, I'm not waiting at this red signal anymore. And then I literally just floored it into Darlington. And then when I saw that Class 170 Fast Trans-Pennine Express, my heart sunk. It wasn't for, you know, killing any of the passengers or crashing into the 170 or destroying the 170. It was literally just that I was going to destroy the Grand Central HST I was driving. I felt more sad about that because the train I'm driving is very nice. Right, we're gonna have to stop at a marker because there's a little red arrow down there indicating we need to stop at a place. Right, nicely does it. Nicely does it. Okay, we're all in the station right now, so we just have to nicely get down to this marker. And that's nicely. Is this like the driver that's taking over? That's just waiting outside here. It's like, I don't want you to take over, I want to drive this train all the way to my destination. I love it. But anyway, I think we have arrived in one piece. A little late, because, you know, my dirt moments. We're going to have to do this little merry-go-round thing again with the passengers, because, you know, it's just so funny. But at least they're not, you know, walking and doing really stupid animations. That's a good thing. All good. Bad luck you didn't complete the scenario. Well, yeah, that's for my dirt moment, so, but to be honest, we did it pretty well. Just ignore the fact that I took long to realise that I was supposed to turn around and go the opposite way to York. Other than that, we did pretty well, I have to say. Pretty good little scenario, good little video. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that little, you know, transition between between me staying at Darlington and a few little AI passing by. And sorry for that dirt moment, but we arrived nicely, and I hope this is a cool little Grand Central heads up video for the Class 180 Adelante, which is going to come out soon, which I'll definitely do a video when it comes out, because, you know, me and Grand Central, we just rock it till 100. Anyway, the shouts again go to Ipadcubed and Thomas Cartwright. That's again Ipadcubed and Thomas Cartwright. Their links and stuff will be down below. Show them some love. Again, leave some questions down below for what you want me to ask Adam Lucas, an employer of Dovetail Games, and I will try and get those answers somehow into a video. Hopefully we could get, like, you know, a bit of a call or whatever, and just I'll sit down, record the call, and hopefully get some, you know, some answers and stuff, and have that in a video. That'll be probably my first ever, if I do that, it would probably be my first ever non-live commentary of Train Sim. I've never actually no, sorry, I'm lying. Well, no, actually, I've done a gameplay video where I kind of just recorded it, but I've never done a commentary over a Train Sim gameplay. But I guess it won't be a commentary, it'll be more of an interview if that happens that way. Or if he doesn't want an interview, then I'll just read them in a Train Sim kind of video, but it probably won't be live. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the HST Grand Central. I will leave the links down below for the scenario, as well as the kind of things you need for this train, like the reskin of this train. You might need some more reskins, which I will tell you in the scenario about, but I'll leave you the link for the Grand Central reskin, which will just go to the DP simulation page, as well as the buffer pack DLC off Steam, and the link to this scenario as well in the Steam Workshop if I can find it. But again, I hope you enjoyed the video. This was the Grand Central Sunderland to King's Cross, where we had to do a little bit of diverting and stuff. I hope you've enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. It was great. I love Grand Central, love my HSD, rock it till it goes. And I'll see you in another video. I hope you have a lovely day, take care, and bye-bye.
We ain't never giving up, 'cause we ain't born for that. Gotta catch us fast to do, fast to do. The ship is cruising, it's true.